For those that don't arrive, we are officially starting to record the call. And yeah. And Sally, are you at the college right now?
Yeah, I'm a 12-month employee, but the student base is only here during the academic time, so.
Okay. I'm going to pull it away just for a moment. I'm going to grab my phone. It was charging in the other room. I'll be right back. Hello, someone else arrived. Hi. Hello, I'm Summer. I'm taking over for John today. And let's see, it looks like, oh, it's Lynn. Lynn is here. Hi, Lynn. Can you hear me? Can you hear us? Let's see. I'm not hearing Lynn yet. And you're not on mute. Let's see. Okay. Hopefully, Lynn, can you hear me? Are you hearing anything, Lynn? No? It's hard to tell if she... And I'm not seeing how I can...
I had to turn up my volume.
Okay. And Lisa, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so you're here. Yeah, I think she's not, let's see. Welcome, hello. I don't see a face on that one. Can you hear me? We'll get kind of at least all of our technology in alignment before we really officially start. It's 11:05, so I would like to start soon. Just want to make sure that anyone that's here does hear me. Looks like Holly's here. Holly, can you hear us? You're not muted. And Lynn, I still have not heard yet. Let's see, Lynn looks like she's working on something to adjust. It's always the technology is always an interesting thing here. Okay, well, I still don't hear Holly or Lynn. Let me just see here if there's, well, good.
Hey, Summer, it's Holly.
Hi, I can hear you. We can hear you, you can hear me. So far the only one so far is Lynn that we haven't heard yet. We haven't heard her voice. And once we hear her, we'll get started. Holly, where are you calling from?
From Bothell, Washington.
Ooh, you're very close to where I am. We're at the Heart Quarters here, which has just changed from Seattle to Whidbey Island. South Whidbey Island is where I'm calling in from. And Holly, are you new with the games or?
Fairly new, yes. So Summer, this is Holly Casper.
Oh, Holly Casper, right. Okay, at first I didn't recognize your voice. Fantastic.
I know. Because I'm logged in on my computer, but I don't have a camera on my desktop. So.
That's okay. We're all reporting in different ways. And so far, Lynn, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now. I had to use the phone. I had to use the phone.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to the Wednesday call. And I just thought it would be a good moment in time. John normally is here leading these calls, but he had to be in another call. And I am actually the team coach, the international relations coach. I also am often, a lot of the social media that you see and messages on Slack all come from me. So I'm really grateful to be here with all of you and learn a bit about you. The main focus of this call today is really about creative ways to play, which really I think is one of a very important part is, we sign up and we're committed to being involved in the Global Unity Games as a team. But then the next thing is, what are we going to do? So I have decided to feature Lisa Walker, who's here with us, and she's here from Austin, Texas. And I thought it'd be really fun to have her share a few of her great ideas and ways that she's bringing the games to Austin, Texas. And then also kind of show you, I'm going to share the screen with a couple great resource guides that are on the Compassion Games website. So we'll do that. And I also think it would be really great if any of you here would have ideas that you want to bring forth to share with all of us, because we're all we're all leaders in this, and see how much time we have left for just questions about where you're at with signing up your team and seeing what I can do to support you. So that's the plan for the hour. And so if everyone would like to just share your name and where you're from, and kind of just to get a feel if you've signed up a team, or if you're signed up as an individual, just to kind of get a feel for where you're at with the plan for Global Unity Games. So go ahead, whoever wants to start, maybe Lisa or Lynn, just go ahead and introduce yourself. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm Lisa Walker, and I'm in Austin, Texas, and I'm working closely with a coalition of organizations who are hosting something we call here Peace Day Austin, and it runs the week from the 11 days from 9/11 to the International Day of Peace on the 21st. So we're trying to engage organizations in that, and so it's very exciting to promote the Global Unity Games throughout Austin. And I'll talk a little bit more about some ways we're doing that.
Great. Thank you, Lisa. And I think Peter Hayes just arrived as well. We're just going around and introducing ourselves briefly for about a minute and sharing where we're from and how we are so far, and where we are getting prepared for the games, if you have a team or if you sign up as an individual, just to kind of get a feel for where all of us are at. So, and thank you, Lisa. Would someone else like to introduce themselves?
Right, I'm Sally Shady, and Alma College, which is a small liberal arts school in the middle of Michigan. We traditionally have a service week where we try to connect the campus and community to different service and volunteering opportunities. So I wanted to use the Global Unity Games as another platform to launch our school year.
And yes, and just to, with Sally too, so she has a team, and then she has multiple, I think there's about 5 sub-teams of different departments as well as what we're in the...
Hopefully to come, yes.
Yeah. So, welcome, Sally.
Hi, I'm Lynn, and I'm Lynn Hartle. I'm at the Penn State Brandywine campus near Philadelphia, and I'm the Director of Civic and Community Engagement, and we are trying to actually incorporate more service learning into our clubs and our academics, and our local organization, which is called Transition Town Media, we're near Media, Pennsylvania, near Philadelphia, came to us and said, have you heard about these games? This would fit exactly what you're trying to do. It would fit our social justice theme that we're trying to incorporate as well. And so we're looking forward to doing this the first time, and we're looking to work with community partners, certain agencies to work with us. But we also want our students to be creative and find their own passion and find something that they're really interested in. So if our community partners aren't what they're interested in, maybe there's something that fits their needs better.
Fabulous. And you have signed up a team, is that correct? Or have you?
I signed up our whole campus as a team, and now we're gonna meet on the 8th of September to form sub-teams, essentially.
Great. Okay, cool. It's good to know all of that.
Similar story.
Yeah, we got some universities here, some colleges. I could even see a little co-opetition between Lynn and Sally.
Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it.
You're on.
Game on.
Yes, I used to live near there in Michigan, so I know where you are.
Okay.
I love it. So we have Holly. Holly, would you like to introduce yourself and a bit about?
Sure. I'm Holly Casper, and I'm based here in Bothell, Washington, which is a little north of Seattle. And I'm currently working with several nonprofits. Compassion Games is one of them as well. And in a past life, I actually was a community manager for several online groups when I was at Microsoft. And so I'm attending this call to kind of figure out what group to get involved from a team perspective during the upcoming co-op petition.
Lovely. Well, maybe you'll have some clarity at the end of this call.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and I also just want to mention Holly is very helpful in relationship with a woman named Sandra, who is a part of our sponsorship department. And we actually, Seattle is having a launch event at the World Trade Center, and she's going to be helping there. We have about 20-something nonprofits. The city mayor has sent us a proclamation from him, and it's really exciting. So we're heading to Seattle. We'll be seeing Holly tonight. So,
Oh, great.
What is that, Summer?
What's that?
When's your kickoff event?
It's actually tonight. It starts at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I might be doing some Facebook Live at the event itself, and we did just have a really cool video launched in the last 24 hours from Mayor Fisher from Louisville, Kentucky. And so there's a really exciting thing happening with some cities that are really challenging cities all over the world. So we'll see. I'd like to get a little call to play from Team Seattle tonight is one of the things we'll be trying to do. So game on. It's an exciting energy right now. And I think we also have Peter Hayes. Peter, it'd be great if you can introduce yourself.
Sure, I'm Peter Hayes with Service for Peace organization, and we are working all over the country, and we're excited about all the progress that is going on. I'm based out of Louisville, Kentucky, and here in Louisville we have an organizing team together, and we're planning for some school functions, assemblies, where we're going to be reaching 4,000 students. And we're excited about that. We're partnering with Service for Peace, Global Game Changers, and the Ali Center, Muhammad Ali Center. So we're building up a good team, and our mayor, as you know, Summer, Mayor Fisher, is very, very supportive and created that video promoting the game.
Yes.
So we have a great team here in Louisville.
Yeah, just gives me the goosebumps. Just anything about Louisville. It's such an exciting. If any of you ever have a chance to see any of Mayor Fisher's, he just had a talk, and yeah, Peter's right at a very important place in the world around compassion. So I'm grateful that you're here, Peter. And is there anyone else? Am I missing? I think everyone has been introduced. So I would like to start with just introducing you all as well deeper with Lisa Walker from Austin, Texas. And it would be fantastic. She is actually at work. She's kind of sneaking in this call. So I want to be respectful of her time. And so Lisa, if you could share a little bit about this compassion, I'm just forgetting the name of it, but with the Neighborhood Watch, Compassion Neighborhood Watch. And if you could share a bit about that as a way to play during the Global Unity Games and a little bit of your experience of what that's been like already in Austin, that would be great. And if there's any other particular featured ways to play that you'd like to share here with this group, that'd be great too. So Lisa, it's all yours. Passing the torch to you.
Oh, thank you so much. It's great to hear from everybody. It sounds exciting what you're all doing. So we've just recently started to try to engage neighborhoods through something we've called the Neighborhood Compassion Watch instead of the Neighborhood Crime Watch, which you may be familiar with. It's the flip side of that, to make things what we're looking for to be the positives in our neighborhoods. And so we just started, and actually in July, we disseminated information via an article in the neighborhood newsletters that go out into people's homes. And I don't know if every community has this, but I know quite a few do, where you get your neighborhood newsletter in your mail, and you get to see events and things posted about what's happening in your neighborhood, as well as businesses have their ads there, and other things like that. So I reached out to these neighborhood newsletters and asked if they'd be willing to share information and create a call for the Neighborhood Compassion Watch. And it, as well in the article, I also brought attention to announcements for Compassionate Austin. And one main one was that we got a resolution passed back in April, but the other being, of course, the upcoming Compassion Games. So the way this could work, and I just want to say the neighborhood newsletters are a great way to actually enter people's homes with your message. In July alone, with our first article, we had 18,000 family homes reached by the article, just simply by connecting with the neighborhood newsletters. And that's sort of just the beginning. So I'm hoping that, and one of the groups actually has similar newsletters like they do in Austin in 90 other cities around the country. So I know this is a means for some folks to use in their communities. And you probably have, if you don't have, you may have school newsletters, you may have other community in a neighborhood can be translated into many things. It could be a school or a university, could be your community or neighborhood, your whatever you choose that to be, could be your frame of reference. And so perhaps if you have a newsletter going out within whatever neighborhood you define, it could be a call to action to do the watch. Now the watch is much like, you know, the flip side, the crime watch is the compassion watch. So you're looking for good things that happen in your neighborhood, acts or events that demonstrate compassion in all dimensions, the three dimensions, caring for others, yourself, and the earth. And so, for example, just today, I captured a photo that I'm going to hopefully publish back and into the neighborhood newsletters that demonstrate a contribution to the Compassion Watch. I took photos of the two people that were helping me at the post office who were actually very kind and very helpful and sort of been over backwards to be of assistance. And when I said, can I take your photo and can I capture and put a little story about how kind you've been and what you've done to help others, they said, oh, sure, and they were very pleased. And I think it boosts people who are at the receiving end of being highlighted, as well as the person doing the highlighting. And so they seemed excited that something would go out positive about their work. And I think that we could, in our neighborhoods, we could highlight our schools events, we could highlight our libraries, our fire stations, our, you know, the people just around us that we see, the businesses, any organization doing efforts in our area. So it's a great way to bring that forward and publicize it. And if you use the neighborhood newsletter angle or any kind of newsletter angle, when you send the call out for the Compassion Watch, then you have a central, I've given them a central email to share their stories or acts of compassion and how to send that to. So they send it to the email, and then I would contribute that back to the newsletter. So ideally, the newsletter has a source of stories to start building and start painting that picture of the neighborhood in a very positive way. So it's good for the newsletter, it's good for the community, and it's sort of good to highlight different things going on with your compassion efforts. Mm-hmm. So if you look at the games coming up, the actual games themselves, you could, initiate a neighborhood or a school compassion watch, and in that, basically the ask is that during the games, that everyone look around them and take photos and generate a 1 or 2 sentence caption of how they detected compassionate action around them. and then they can send it to a common email, and that email, that individual can be the hub and can post on the compassion map. That's one way to do it. Or the other way to do it is to just engage people to say, find compassion and post on the map, register for the games yourself and post on the map. So there's different ways to engage people with this sort of effort during the games themselves. And that's kind of how I see it working, and there's probably all sorts of different creative ways you could use it.
Yeah, I love this, Lisa, and I love it because it's something that I think is so versatile. It can work in so many different frames of like team settings. I could see specifically thinking of Lynn and Sally in the college setting, like maybe there's a center place that people are tracking the acts, the compassion watch, the secret agents, which is really part of the context of compassion games. Secret agent, everyone's a secret agent of compassion, right? So how great would it be if there was like a place, like big, I'm imagining like a big whiteboard and maybe like the community sort of hub center where a lot of the students come together, and there are people that are tracking the compassionate actions, maybe day 1 through day 11, or maybe a few days when kids are actually, or when the students are in classes. Could be a really cool way of capturing it. And it also, I thought it too of the compassion chain is actually having somewhere that people are writing down what they experienced and then adding it to a chain, which has been done in many school environments too. But this could kind of come together with that, and as a way for people to write it down, what they experienced, and then really the team organizer could be the one that makes the totals of how many actions, by either how many were tracked, written down on like a sort of a scoreboard, or a compassion chain is built. And yeah, in a neighborhood too, I can imagine there'd be some ways similar if there's like a center, community center, like a workout gym, or that would be the main place to make it really easy to report it. But I'm curious as well about some of your thoughts about it. If any of you have questions to ask Lisa, go ahead.
I was going to say, I love the idea, and I right away look for what do they have online so I can remember and see more. And I found their website, and I posted it in the chat. It's their TexasWordPress.com, but I posted it in the chat.
Yeah, it's easier to just put in www.compassionateaustin.org, and that comes up. That's the background, the long-winded one you just read, but that's the background email. But it's easy if you just remember www.compassionateaustin.org.
Yeah.
But, I think that it's easy to. The cool thing to me, which I felt this morning in talking to the people at the post office, is that, first of all, when you catch someone doing something good and they feel like you've respected that and sort of you're honoring them by posting it, they really have a great day. And they also connect to the compassion games. I mean, I'm going to feed back to these people once the article is published about them in the newsletter, and I'm also going to tell them I'm hoping they participate in the games. So it's like a great cycle of energy that can hopefully ripple out and get lots and lots of people to participate. In campuses, you have stores typically around, restaurants, little cafes, all sorts of organizations and such. I mean, the ripple effect's huge if you're really going everywhere you are as a student looking for compassion and then saying, hey, I'd like to bring you into this.
So great. Sally, what about you? Is there any bubbling ideas from
the fact that we're a small school with a single dining room and only really 2.5 academic buildings, it could be very, very possible. I really like your chain idea. Just like a paper chain. Is that what you're?
It can be recycled paper too, like
Yeah.
that goes in the boxes, and
Right.
as an act of compassion for the earth, is
Mhm.
using those
Yeah.
papers that we all know just end up in the box. Or
The only red flag that comes up is we don't want compassion on the park bench or in the dormitories.
okay,
Any relational type of compassion.
right. Oh, great.
We
What
don't
about
want-
you,
yeah.
Holly? What any thoughts for you? Because I know I'm thinking of Holly of the insignia and the concierge connection. That maybe there's some way that the concierge of different buildings could be.
So I've actually thought of a couple of different things. I'm actually right now sending out a letter requesting. I'm thinking of the Downtown Seattle Association.
Oh,
They're a member. She just joined. I don't have her info, but I just sent a note off to the president of the guild asking for contact info. But I'm thinking they might be a great resource to get this, different aspects of the city involved.
yeah.
And then I'm also, so I don't know if anybody else on the call uses the app Nextdoor, but
Yeah.
it's in my neighborhood a while back they started it, and so I'm thinking of getting something going in my local city of Fossil Mill Creek through that app.
Ooh, good idea. You also just had me. What was that? What's that other one that's like a barter? I'm just forgetting the name of it right now, but they're all over the country where you
Is that?
no, something hold on, let me see if I can find it online. But it's totally compassion in action. It's where you post on a Facebook page, oh, I have this, lamp that I don't need, and then it's hold on.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. But
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it.
And they're like 4 specific neighborhoods as well. Just and it was discovered up here in the Northwest too. The woman that started it is on, I think, Bainbridge Island. I just can't think of the name of it right now. Anyways, so very cool. Lisa, I know that it's 11:30 and I want to honor that you needed to go at this point. And is there anything else you want to say before you go? Thank you.
Well, if anyone wants more info, I'll be happy, first of all, to put you in touch with the people who do these newsletters. Like I said, they have outreach to lots of cities. But you can email me at compassionateaustin@gmail.com. That's a real easy way to reach me. And I'll be happy to talk with you further. But anyway, one other quick thing is that I'm hoping, I don't know if the people on the call may not be attuned to this quite so much because, your college campuses, I think you're tuned into the service connection and all that, which is the same, similar. But with elementary schools here in Austin and high schools and all, we have social emotional learning. And what I'm hoping is to just engage and have the social emotional learning activities in all the schools highlighted via the compassion games, because it's just a wonderful way that youth can see that what they're doing locally has importance, not only locally, but globally as inspiration to others. So if they can capture what they're doing during that time period, they're already probably doing things that month that relate to social emotional learning. So trying to capture and sort of elevate that via the games is another idea I had. So thanks, everybody. I really enjoyed being able to be with you today.
Lisa, I just was going to put in the chat, I want to make sure I put it in right because I have a couple different emails of yours, but Lisa at Compassionate Austin,
No.
Nope.
It's just compassionate. It's no Lisa. Just
No,
put
Lisa.
compassionateaustin@gmail.com.
Okay. Compassionate. I'm just putting that in the, I don't know if Lynn couldn't hear something just a moment ago, so I wanted to make sure.
Thank you.
Compassionate
Yeah.
Austin.
@gmail.com. Yeah, that's the easy way. I do have a lot of emails, but that's one that'll work.
Yeah, I understand. All of our, okay. Well, thank you so much. And Also, Lisa is on Slack too. For those of you that are on the Global Unity channel, she is there. You could also private message. We're trying to lean into more away from email and most of the conversation happening in Slack. But we can talk more about that later too. So thank you, Lisa.
Thank you all. I'm very excited about everybody's ideas. I just love it. I wish I could stay longer, but thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Cool. So, yeah, so I wanted to have this time, if you would like, I can share my screen and show you some more resources of ways to play on this site. Would that be helpful for any of you?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. So I'm going to share the screen. We're going to go to the Compassion Games website. All right. So everyone can see the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So this is, there's a section on the site. If you go to the top and you go to play
Mm-hmm.
and then to teams, it brings you to this page. And all of these on the left side, these blue areas are all different ideas and projects that are featured ways to play. Let me just go, is there anyone in particular? Let me just go into story mapping challenge. Let's just click there. So you can click there, and this kind of breaks it down of the point of the game, rules of the game, strategy, and obviously these are all just ideas and there's no like wrong or right way you can do it, but this is a really cool thing that can happen during the Global Unity Games, especially on, I'm just thinking of mostly in the settings of schools, is having people track the places they love. This is a great way to get people really using the map, but talking about what they love about their community, what they love, what places on campus they love, and expressing and reflecting on that. So this is could be a main way to play is let's say, you know, we want to track as many places as possible that we love. And it could be a great way as well in bridging that connection outside of the university, as well as getting, you know, other businesses and community that you're trying to connect with, as well as this story mapping challenge of mapping all the places that you love in the whole community, let's say. But this could be a really fun challenge. So I wanted to share that.
That's a way to introduce new students to their community as well.
Yeah, totally, Sally. So, and this, for those of you that haven't seen the map, this is a nice frame of it. So kind of gives you an idea. It's just really simple. You click right onto that blue plus, and that's where you go in to map the place that you love. And then another piece of it too is you can do something kind for that place. Maybe it's picking up garbage at that location that you love, or, you know, doing an act of kindness for another person there, or there's, you know, different ways that you can go about this to make it really fun. And I could also see how this could be a fun way to kind of make it almost like passing the torch of, you know, maybe over a social media, that there would be some video challenge. This is something that at the Heart Quarters we're wanting to create more challenges that connect people on Facebook. If it's saying a short little 1-minute video of, hey, this is a place that I love, this is why I love it, and I challenge you, and maybe challenge another student in the college to tell the community what place you love. And then kind of like the ice bucket challenge that you could create sort of and then you would be tracking as the team organizer all of those videos, those ripples of places that you love, and challenging another person in every video. That could be another cool way. Maybe if you have a campus Facebook page or way of kind of seeing that could be also a really great way. And in the actual report map, you can put videos in. So like YouTube videos here, I'm just gonna go right into the map so you can see what I'm talking about. This is the Compassion report map here. It's just slowly coming up. So here I'm going to continue as a guest. So this is if you were to report title, and then obviously it's really important to say where you are on the map. It's really easy, just you put in your city and state, or you can find it on the map as well and search it. So it requires a photo. And then obviously your team name. So there's a couple different ways you could do this too. You could have the main arching team. So like for Sally, with the name of the university, and then you could put the sub-team name right next to it if you want to keep that connection of the team and the sub-team, or just have the sub-team. It's up to you, but that is an important part, describing what the action itself. And then it's really nice here in the reflection, in the service learning aspect here, it asks questions. How did this experience impact you? What are your takeaways? There's the measured impact right there, seeing, how many people, volunteers, how many hours people served. And here's the video part that I wanted to show you. So if you had a YouTube video or Vimeo, there's lots of different ways you can do links now. Facebook too is now, you can download a video directly onto Facebook, and you could put that link right in there. And then these are optional. You don't have to put your name and email, but the only people that see it are us at the Heart Quarters, of who submitted the report and then accept at the bottom. So I just wanted to show that. Any questions, any thoughts there?
And like I say, that would, for this small community, that might be a way for new students to learn about things in their community, because sometimes it takes a little while for people to go across the street and leave the campus.
Right, like knowing the great restaurant or the great
restaurants or parks or the bike trail or things like that. Yeah,
that would be a really fun way to be oriented. Yeah, I like that. And also too, I just wanted, like, for instance, with the Compassion Watch, that maybe it isn't that each compassion action that's happening is on the report map, but you could report all of the reports. If you did a chain or anything like that, that would be like one report,
right?
Or not necessarily a report for each, but the reporting is a really important piece, especially to really get your team on the map. Yeah. And so I just wanted to show that. So those 4 teams. There's many other random acts of kindness. There's also more resources at the bottom here. So I just wanted to show here, there's resources here if you click on there. And plus, again, on the Slack channel, I really want, I don't mean to be a broken record, but the Slack is really a live space where many team organizers, all team organizers that sign up are invited onto the Slack channel, which I'm going to show you as well. Let's see here. So here's Slack. What I find really great about this is anyone that submits a question. So here's the Global Unity Games channel, which is the main channel that I've invited all of you on if you've signed up your team. You're seeing all of the channels because this is John. So we have multiple channels. Can everyone see this?
Yep.
Okay. So you're seeing a lot of different channels here because we actually have a channel for each co-opetition, plus our leadership team, some of the leagues, but you've been invited to the Global Unity Games and the general channel. So the general channel is actually all of the tweets that are happening through our Twitter handle is what is happening here. Let me just X out of that. There we go. So these are all the tweets there. And going back to the Global Unity Games. So this, let me just bring it all the way. For some reason, just half of the screen is showing up. But the channel, so you can go directly on here and you can ask a question right here on the channel. I'm gonna just ask one right now.
I was not there at 5 in the morning.
What's that? Yeah, it looks like you were ready to go. You joined it.
That must have been, that's Pacific time, isn't it?
Right, Pacific Standard.
Okay.
Any ideas of ways to play? So I'm just gonna post, oops. So everyone is seeing this versus if you were to send me an email, that's just a kind of a one channel way. But what's great about this is everyone that's here is seeing that question and can answer the question. And this is all kind of information from different team organizers, a lot from me, which is true. But that, like, this right here this is all of the scoreboard thus far. So you can go in and see all the different team organizers that have signed up to play, and their emails are there. But they're all here. You can also private message as well on the direct messages right here on the side. So if you wanted to direct message any of these people that you're meeting as we go along here. Joey Crotty, he's a member of the leadership team. So lots of different people. You can kind of see where they are too and see their profile. Or you can, like I say, bring up any questions right here on the channel. And I'm available here for the most part. I'm always watching the Slack channel and will be available to answer questions. So this just is more of a co-creation space that's always available for you. Lots of different resources. Any questions about this?
Yeah, is Slack like a blog? Is that what the basic premise is, or is it more than a blog? It's something else.
Yeah, I wouldn't clarify it as a blog. When I think of blog, I think of more of a place where articles are posted, and often that's like a section of a website. But
Like an email.
Slack, it's more cohesive than an email though. So a lot, like this actually came to us, there's lots of teams, large teams that use this as a way to communicate outside of email. So if there's multiple people working on projects, you can, post, like I said, the Google Docs right on here, and people can work on it together. So it creates more of a funneled space versus having to repeat yourself many times that can happen over email. So it's really a live space, and blogs, I would say, are not as doesn't have as much dimension. I know that you can comment sometimes on a blog, but this is different than that. Hopefully that helps.
Okay.
Yeah. And now I know Sally joined. Lynn, have you joined? Have you accepted the Slack invitation?
I'm pretty sure I did. If you look down.
You just see it.
I might not have gone through all the steps, but I know I got started on it. I might have gotten interrupted in the middle.
Okay. I'm just trying to see if you're.
Oh, that's what.
So this is a cool thing too, when you're searching for someone, like maybe you want to say a message directly to me or to John, you can hit the @ symbol, and my name should come up. There's Summer Joy Unicorn, that's me. You can do that, and that's going to prompt me to see it also, or you can just put the question in, but that's a great way to kind of search who's there. And so Lynn, I'm not seeing that you're here. Unless
I might not have put it under my name. I might have put it under Civic and Community Engagement, Penn State Brandywine, something like that. I'll have to go back and look. I'll make sure I do, though.
Yeah, check it out. It's a really great space. Then this is where for the most part, all the information of everything you need is here on Slack. So
it occurred to me.
Oh, sorry.
I just have to say, I think I had to confirm it, and I didn't do that.
Okay.
It says you're invited. Oh, yes. My Slack team is PSU Brandywine CivCom, PSU BW CivCom on Slack.
Okay, so that is Slack team. So Compassion Games right here. This is a Compassion Games team, but who you are though? So that's good. That's really good though, because so that happens a lot. Like I also am a member on the charter for Compassion's team, but that doesn't mean that you've accepted being on Compassion Games. So let me just resend the invitation to you.
All right.
I'm going to do that right now. And you can just kind of see how I do this. This is behind the scenes right here. Invite others to this channel. And then I'm going to go here. And then let me make sure that I got your right email. Can you tell me your email here?
lhartle@hotmail.com. But I'm not sure that's how I signed up. If you want, I can do that later with you.
Yeah. It
Rather
just,
than take it.
okay. Okay. I'm just going to go into the team organizer. I'll do that once we're done, but I just want to make sure that you are invited. I can re-invite you really easily. So let me just do that. Let me go in here. Invite and add others. See pending. So what I can do, Lynn, is I can see if your invitation is pending.
Okay, I think I just joined.
Oh, did you? Awesome. Okay.
It says, welcome. Slack is a messaging app for teams. I think I just joined.
Okay. Because I see that I invited you on July 20th. So this is your email that we have, lch1@psu.edu.
Probably.
Okay. I'm just resending it just in case. Why not?
Okay.
To make sure it's the right one. Okay. So I wanted to just kind of show that. And Holly, I know you haven't signed up your team yet, so you're probably not here yet. But when you sign up your team, you get an invitation to Slack is how that works. And I just wanted, before the hour comes to a completion, it looks like we're at about 11:49. Peter, is there anything that you want to add or about ways to play? You've been engaged in the games in Louisville down there. Is there anything you wanted to add about other ways to play that you think would be important here?
Well, I think another thing, you might have other organizations that are already doing some things during that period, so you can encourage them to participate underneath your team or set up their own team. But that's a good way to, if you have, most of you probably have nonprofit partners in the community, shoot them an email and, they probably have things going on that they can just put in as part of the Global Unity game. So that's a good way to connect up what they're already doing with your efforts.
Totally. Thank you for bringing up that point too, because it's not always about bringing something new into the picture, but especially for inviting people into this experience is kind of seeing where there is already an experience, maybe on, September 21st is the International Day of Peace. That often is a natural place that there is something going on in your community. So kind of in engaging and seeing what they're doing and letting them know about the games and the team efforts that are happening all over the world. And that is a really great, and thank you for bringing that up, Peter. Is there any ideas that have been sparking up for you or anything that you are kind of brainstorming beyond the ideas we brought up here? I'd love to hear if you have any ideas to share or if you have more questions in the last 8 minutes that we have.
I have a question about visual resources. I couldn't find it this morning when I was looking, but you do have the Compassion Games logo available for us on the website.
Yes. Yes.
Could you also have the Global Unity games available as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question, by the way. So I'm going to go back to sharing the site.
Okay.
And a couple different answers to that question too are, if all of you hopefully already have liked the Compassion Games Facebook page, that would be a good place. You can actually just take the Global Unity Games is actually the background of our Facebook page. So you can actually take that picture easily and just click on that picture and you can download it right there from the Facebook page. Also, there's a lot of different videos, like the video that we just received from Louisville. There's a video there. We have a couple different short videos that are the challenge from Mayor Fisher, and you can share those out on your channels as a great way to say, hey, this is what we're doing, game on. We're, you know, our university is taking on the challenge, you know, and saying something that in the copy I would suggest these are something that we're going to do during the Global Unity Games and taking on the challenge. Using you're more than welcome to use anything that we have up on the Facebook channel. So I want to say that. And then on the website, down at the bottom, let me just see. Are you seeing the screen here?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here under resources, I clicked on resources at the bottom of the homepage, which
Oh,
is,
bottom of the homepage.
yeah, and here's the logo. So you can use this, you can
Yeah.
take that right here and see how save image,
Right. I saw those.
and then that there. So those are available. That
Oh, good.
you take from there. And yeah, I mean, you're also welcome to go right into the Global Unity Games landing page. And there's also some other, so this really is
Is that one piece?
this is the Global Unity Games banner. This is that video I was talking about. We just added this in.
Okay.
This is a great, you know, resource in general too, if people want more information to, especially as you're getting your sub teams on board, Sally. This is a great link that obviously is where people officially sign up. So to sign up their sub teams. And you can use these videos. So you just take the link right here and hit copy. And you can put those directly into any kind of mail. If you have emails that you're sending out, this is a great little exciting buzz about the games using that video with Mayor Fisher. And then scrolling down here, another really favorite video.
Those are all off of the homepage?
This is the landing page of the Global Unity game.
Okay.
So I just went up here to
Got it.
co-opetitions, and this is the Global Unity, the 11th through the 21st. And these are all 5 of the co-opetitions that all have landing pages and great resources there. But this is where you can sign up and get a feel. You can use any of this copy as well. You don't need to recreate. If you're putting a call to play, you can use any of this information of how to play. Yeah, so wanted to make sure you had that there. And I'm actually going to go to Facebook really quick to just show you. So there's, okay. So Compassion Games. We also have a Facebook group for team organizers as well. So you can request to be on the Facebook group, because if I'm not personally friends with you, I would love to, by the way, if anyone wants to friend me, Summer Joy Albertson, and I can invite you personally into the Compassion Games group, which was right here. And this is a great space as well. Just depending, I'm just showing all these are all like resources and ways to be connected and support you. So you don't have to do any or all, but it's like some people are really into Facebook. So I like to share this as a place that also information is always shared, and anybody can share on here. It's not just me, it's anybody that's a member can share information. Here's Lisa Walker just shared this. So I just wanted to mention that. And then the Facebook page is different. This is the main page of the games. And this is where I wanted to show you, you could take this picture right here, click on this, and you should be able to just options, I think here, yeah, download. And you can download that right there as well.
Okay.
So, and do please like the page and tell people to like the page. This is the main hub here, but I wanted to show another video. Yeah, any other questions? Anybody, questions, ideas? Oh, this is the video I wanted to show you. This is another great
Welcome to the Compassion Games,
resource.
the survival of the kindest. We are launching a 5-year campaign starting on the 15th anniversary of 9/11 and continuing through September 21st, the International Day of Peace. This is your call to play. There are lots of benefits of participating. Individuals can form teams and do authentic community engagement, creating mutually beneficial value, while enhancing connections and creating shared value for communities. There are 6 lasting impacts and benefits. Our co-op petitions are a catalyst to ignite engagement that amplify what's already working in communities and form a baseline for measuring our compassion strength. A reporting environment allows us to engage and learn, while the platform is open and connects to a global movement. There are 4 steps to play. Once you perform your acts of kindness and service projects, you post them to a report map where people from all over the world are sharing their acts of kindness and building a global movement.
Yeah, so that is another great resource as you're getting people on board with you. You're welcome to use any of this. So we're at the end of the hour. It's been amazing. And I want to share too that next week we're going to talk about social media channels and how to really amplify your community and really getting involved and how we can really use that as a space to help and support the reach of the games and that experience of together and between sub teams, and we'll be having that conversation next week at this time. So
Thank you very much.
yeah, it looks like it's the 3 of us. So Peter must have snuck out the back door, and that's one of our big partners too in the Compassion Games is Service for Peace. And yeah, any last things you'd like to say?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm going to have to jump off too. I really appreciate it. This was really helpful. You're going to do it again next Wednesday, same time, right?
Yeah, we're here every Wednesday up until September 11th. We will be here to support you in this call. And if there is another thing too, Sally and Lynn, if you want to get people interested in the sub teams, this can be a great invitation. Invite them to this call to be informed and get them to sign up. Nothing about it here. You can use this as well. So thank you so much, ladies.
All right, thank you.
Game on. Passion.
Game on.
Love wins. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.